So I'm making this video in reply to a lot of the comments that I got in my last man cave video, which referred to the cost of this whole project and how people wish they had a lot of money in order to have a basement or their own man cave. And I'm just here to tell you, I'm broke just like everybody else. A lot of this stuff was DIY, as I mentioned in a lot of the other videos. So I'm going to try to go through and detail the actual price of each component to the best of my ability of this basement to see if it's something that you can fit into your budget, because I know everybody, including myself, is in a budget crunch these days, but I think you still deserve to enjoy your space. So again, a lot of this stuff is DIY projects. All of this wasn't done at one time, so you can take your time. You can do a project at a time like I did and enjoy your space. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna start over here on this side just to give you an idea of, on average, how much most of this stuff costs. Now, just FYI, this space was already finished when I moved in. So this area here was finished. The theater room, this was just a storage space. So this had to be finished, meaning I had to put the walls up and the floor. It was a cement floor and cement walls in this area. But this area was already finished, so another added expense if you're working with an unfinished basement. I could do a tutorial on how to put up walls. It's not a hard process if you've never done it. Just a couple YouTube videos and you'll be able to handle that. But again, some things you can try to do yourself and some things you will have to hire. But anyway, let's go ahead and start over on this side with this TV. Now, again, you don't have to use these exact model numbers that I'm using, but this is a Sony X80 65-inch TV. This TV runs about $1,500, and again, I know that's a lot of money, but you can get this same size TV, 65-inch, for around $350 to $450 these days. So the prices on the TVs are coming down a lot. Again, this isn't the first TV I had down here. I had a $400 TV down here at first and eventually upgraded it when I had the money to do so. So just for this, $1,500. If you want to go on the low end, you can go $350 to $450. One thing a lot of people ask about is this accent wall. Now, believe it or not, this whole wooden accent wall was less than $200. I used the peel and stick floor you can get from Home Depot. It's most likely going to be like $1 or something per square foot. So, and I literally put this up in maybe an hour, and it's, like I said, it's just a peel and stick floor. So let's say for this wall, about $200. Now this riser right here that this couch is sitting on is a project that I actually did a video on. This whole project costs about $200, and that's including the wood, the carpet, the lights that I have down here. A $200 project. So if you want to know the details of that, I'll have this video link down below if you want to check it out. I think for my space, it gives me the most efficiency as far as space goes, being able to put one couch behind the other couch and having it elevated a little bit so you can actually see over that front row. Again, depending on your space will depend on how you want to arrange your couches and everything like that. Now this little mini bar here on the back, this was actually leftover wood, which I'm going to get to later when we get to the bar, which is over here. But this was just leftover wood. One of these sheets, this is a MDF board, and I think one sheet of MDF is about $30. And then I did the epoxy on top, just like I did over here for the countertops on the bar. We'll talk about that a little later. And then just some simple pipe for the legs. Simple 3/4 inch steel pipe. All of this is from Home Depot. and connected it down to the actual riser. So all in all, with materials, just this little section of the bar would run me about $100, including the MDF, the epoxy, and probably the most expensive part was the steel pipe. So about $100 for this. Now these bar stools, these are all from Amazon. If you're on a heavier side, I wouldn't recommend getting these. If you're, I say like 250 and below, you should probably be good with these. I have actually 6 of them. I have these 3, and then I have another 3 over on this side of the bar. These come in pairs, and they are $100 for the pair, so pretty much about $50 each. They do have some cheaper ones, they have more expensive ones, so depending on your budget is depending on which ones you want to go with. But just to give you a range, these can go from anywhere from $50 a piece to $200, $300, $400 a piece, depending on, again, depending on what your budget is. Let's start over here with the frames. Another question that I get a lot are the jersey frames. Now, believe it or not, these are $20 poster frames that are jury rigged pretty much to have jerseys in them. Now, is this the recommended way to hang a jersey? No, but again, when you're on a budget, you make it work. So all of these are 24 by 36 poster frames with the jerseys just pinned down to the boards. Put a little piece of fabric as the backdrop, throw it in a frame, and there you go. That's pretty much it. Works pretty good. Don't really have any complaints with them. Again, these are not what the frames are made for, but $20 a piece. All in all, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 jerseys. So what's that? $220. So I'm $220 into the frames, and all of the jerseys are just my old sports jerseys, my brother's old sports jersey. So of course those are things, my dad's old sports jersey. So things that I already own, so no cost there. So about $220 on the picture frames. All of this is just stuff that I got from going to Disney, the Star Wars lightsaber build, just any little things that mean something to you, whatever you're into. Always is good to, bring some that personal touch to your space. I also mentioned this liquor cabinet, which was to me about $50. If you go to any liquor or alcohol dispensary, wherever you get your liquor from, liquor stores, what we call them here where I'm from, but they'll sometimes have these. So if you have a liquor store that you frequent, just ask them if they have these in the bag that they're willing to sell them to you. That's pretty much how I got this. That's pretty much how I got this little rotating display. I don't know if you can see, it's kind of dark. And that's how I got this Baltimore Ravens little carpet there off from the liquor store. So $50 for that. Now, as far as the bar, so this is the one area I think I saved a lot of money, because before I made this bar, I had actually another bar sitting right in this area where my bar used to be, but then I moved it here, and this one I use prefab kitchen cabinets. These were the unfinished kitchen cabinets you can get from Home Depot, Lowe's. Like, I think this part is one section, then I have a break here, then another small cabinet here, and I think this is one whole cabinet, and this is one whole cabinet. So about 4 kitchen cabinets, and then you got the 2 cabinets up at the top on each side of the TV. Really inexpensive. I want to say for all 4, well actually all 6 cabinets, including the 2 at the top, I paid about $700 just for the cabinets itself. Again, you still have to go back and paint them. It don't come with any of the hardware on it, so you got to add the hardware. And then of course we'll get to the kitchen countertops, but just for the cabinets was about $700, maybe another $50 for the hardware that goes on the actual doors. Again, $30 for the paint. And then we get into the countertops. So the countertops, again, like the same ones that's over there, these are just MDF board. So 4x8 sheet of MDF board is about $30, and I think I probably ended up buying just 2 of them, because this is only 2 foot, this is only 2 foot, this is about 1 foot, the top part of the bar is about 1 foot, and then the scrap piece that I use over there. So $30 for the actual countertop. So I bought 2 of them, so that's about $60 in total for the 2 countertops. And then we have the epoxy. Now the epoxy is about $100 a gallon right now, so it's pretty expensive, but for this project I probably used about 2 gallons of epoxy. So that was enough to cover these 2 sides, and again the scrap piece over there. So about $700 for the cabinets, about all in all about $260 on the countertop. So less than $1,000 for this whole bar setup. Now again, I had to put the bricking on the side. Again, that's something you don't have to do. You can just put drywall here. I decided to put the bricking on there, which added another $200 to the job. Down at the bottom for the foot rail, I use iron pipe, steel pipe from Home Depot, which added about another $100 to it, which is a lot cheaper than actual foot rails. If you looked on Amazon or Home Depot, those run about $600-700. So save a lot of money there on the bar. Now this bottle stand is something I also did a video on. This ran less than $200 as well, probably a lot less than $200. Again, wood, Home Depot. This little sheets are just acrylic that I cut and spray paint. I got LED lights under this. I have them turned off right now, but LED lights under that give it a nice little glow effect. And all in all, this project was less than $200. The TV here, again, this is actually the TV that was over here at first. So this is about a $400 TV, 55-inch, nothing too expensive. And then the sink was cut in to the MDF board. This all was bought from Amazon for less than $75, and that's including a sink and a faucet. So about $75 on that, if that's something that you want to add to your space. Again, the arcade system, I have that turned off right now, but I also did a video on how to build one of these. This ran probably about close to $1,000 if I count all the materials, the MDF board, the paint, the electronics on the inside, the buttons, the TV, the printing of the sign. Less than $1,000 if that's something you want to get into. Definitely was a cool project, but you can actually buy these pre-made. They have like the one-up arcade systems at Walmart. They run about $250. Now they're a lot smaller than this one, but you could have about 4 of them for the price of this. So depends, like I said, it depends on the things you're into. A lot of people like pool. You can get a pool table. Like, it depends on what you want to have in your space to make it your own. So just for a frame of reference, about a little bit less than $1,000 for this whole system. Over here to my digital movie poster, which is one of my favorite projects that I've done down in the basement. Now this was done using an old 32-inch TV that I had laying around, but we're gonna assume that you don't have an old 32-inch TV laying around. So let's say you need a 32-inch TV. You can get one of those for about $100 these days. So let's say $100 for the TV. This is actually being run on a very old laptop. So you don't need, if you have an old laptop, you can use that. But if you actually need to buy a laptop, you can buy like one of those PCs on a stick, or you can buy a cheap laptop for about, let's say $150. So we're talking about $150 for the TV and $150. So on the high end, we're gonna say $300 for the TV and the computer that's gonna run this. And then all this is 2x6 or 2x6. I have encased around it, and then these little trim pieces all from Home Depot, and I just painted in black. So if you want to add that in, you add, let's say, another $30. So all in all, this whole project less than $400. If you already have these items, like if you already have an old TV or you already have an old laptop, then this definitely can be done for really cheap. But again, this is like one of my most asked about things in the basement and one of my favorite things in the basement. So definitely check that out. Over here is what I have on the steps is just some Govee LEDs running up the sides. It gives this space a nice little accent. I can change these lights to different colors, different patterns, different hues and colors and all that type of stuff. So this is, like I said, basically just two Govee LED strips running up the side of the steps. The Govee strips are $40 each. So again, this is another project that was under $100. Nothing in this space right here. I'm actually looking for some suggestions on what to do with this little nook cut out. I used to have a large fish tank here and I took it out. So any suggestions on what I could do with this space? I just move and do the fish tank over here. So let's go ahead and go into the theater area. Now, a lot of y'all might have seen the video I did on this star ceiling. This was $200 to make. One of my favorite projects, one of my most viewed videos on the channel. Again, $200 to get this effect down in the theater. Now, again, like I said before, this space was not finished, so I actually had to go in and finish this area. And this is all going to depend on the area of your space and the price of wood at the time. These picture frames are the actual same type of frames that I have out with the jerseys in them. They're just 24 by 36 movie poster frames. These actual posters were bought from an online site. I would have to see if I can find it. If I can find it, I'll link it down in the description. These are DIY sound panels that you see in between each panel, and not to mention the star ceiling acts as one large sound panel, so it definitely gives that added boost to the audio quality to anything that's being played here. Now, as far as some of the hardware that goes along with the home theater, this is a ViewSonic, I want to say 5700. This is a $500 projector, 1080p. Again, this is something that I want to eventually upgrade, and I think that's a big thing that I think is really important, that you can get suitable equipment even though it's not what you want, and always upgrade later if you want to. Some people like to save up to get exactly what they want, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now, this projector screen is actually a motorized projector screen. This was $100. They sell these on Amazon, but I actually got this one from a store called Micro Center. If you're lucky enough to have a Micro Center in your area, that's actually where I got the projector from too. So the projector was about $500, and the screen, the motorized 100-inch screen, was also from Micro Center at $100. I actually have a 75-inch a 75-inch Samsung QLED TV behind the screen if I just wanted to watch it on a regular TV, which was about $2,500 at the time. So these theater seating is from a website called 4seating.com, and I want to say that I paid about $2,000 for all 4 seats. They have some that's a little bit cheaper than this, and then they have some that's a lot more expensive than this. So again, depending on what your budget is, depends on what you want to end up going with. Now, as far as this front section, this is actually a DIY project that I made. All this is a queen mattress with a felt cover on it, and then I just threw some pillows up on here. I hope you can see this. Look like kind of dark, but and that project probably ran me, as far as just the wood and the mattress, about $300 to $400. You got to think the mattress was probably about $200, and then I probably spent about $200 in lumber. So I've actually created a free ebook for y'all to check out that will give you a lot of tips and hacks on how to make your space the perfect space for you at a fraction of the price. And I made that for free for y'all to check out and download. All you gotta do is check out the link that I'll have down in the description, and you can go down there and download it and then make your own dream space down in your basement. So I want to thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any other questions about something that I might have skipped over in this video, as far as how did I make it, or how much did it cost, or how long did it take, just drop them down in the comment section. I know there was probably some things that I skipped over, so don't forget to hit that link down to download my free ebook. I definitely would appreciate it if y'all checked it out, because I'm definitely want to get some feedback on how y'all like it. Was it helpful? Anything that I should add to the next one if I decide to make another one. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers as well, so I want to thank y'all for that. Until the next time, peace.